Hello, my name is Elizabeth Randolph, and today I'm going to be walking you through my PowerPoint presentation for developing and exercising influence in organizations, and how this course really helped prepare me for my next career ventures that I am working on after graduation. So let's get started. Okay, so a little introduction on me. I am a fashion writer and blogger. Right now, I am doing that part time as a freelance writer, and I run my blog part time as well. And full time, I work at J.C. Penney Logistics Center in Columbus, Ohio, and I focus on social media there. So I have my retail background as well as my creative writing background as well. So the first unit that we learned was Know Thyself. And with Know Thyself, we were really able to narrow down what interested us in our next role. So the first thing that I realized when doing our core value survey was that a lot of the things that I enjoyed and that I valued were based in creativity and individuality. And that really just confirmed what I already knew, which is that I like to work by myself, do things by myself, and also be in a space where I'm constantly creating. And I think that is going to make me, a perfect freelance writer, because those are two things that you're definitely doing on a daily basis. Okay, so the next one is influencing others at work. And this unit taught me really about the different work styles that you have. As being someone who hasn't been in the work field that long, it's probably been about a little over 2 years. I had worked in previous jobs while I was in college, but it was still interesting to know that there's different ways that people both work as employees and also as bosses. So it was really interesting for me to see on both perspectives, and I was able to decide or think about what I wanted to do once I do hire people to work on the online store. I know that I want to be an entrepreneur as a freelance writer and as well as create an online store. And both of those may require me to hire assistants or employees or, graphic designers, whatever. And I was able to really think about what I want to do or what kind of boss I want to be moving forward. So it was a great unit to learn. My personal favorite unit was definitely personal branding. Personal branding really stood out to me because it was the most relevant to my career goals. As a writer and blogger, you're really pushing yourself. You are your marketing person in a way. You have to make people want to invest in you, and you have only a short amount of time to do so. So having a video that was around 10 minutes long really made me focus and highlight my strengths first and really decide, okay, what are the main points that I want to discuss if I were to get in a room with someone at Essence Magazine, which is what I base my pitch off of. What would I say and how would I act? So it was really cool to see, what I consider strengths of mine. All right, and unit 4 is charting your course to success networking. And this unit really, it was two things. I realized my strengths and weaknesses with networking. What I need to work on a lot, I think, is networking outside of digital platforms. I think with social media and just just seeing people on social media, they're only a click away, a DM away, an email away. So you can really reach people, and you're really more bold in reaching out to people. And then if you have an introverted personality like I do, it's a little more difficult to network outside of those platforms. So I know now that as I really start to pursue freelance writing full time, I will have to practice those networking skills, and I will have to go to those places where the people that I want to work with are, and really, not only sell myself, but also build a rapport and really build relationships. All right, so the next one is unit 5, performance management concepts and how they contribute to you. And this unit really helped me decide what tasks that I need or focus. It helped me to focus on the tasks I need to complete. So one thing with me is definitely time management. I definitely want to work on that and be more effective in that, especially since I am pursuing a career where I'm my own boss and no one's in charge of me. No one's going to tell me to do my work and no one's going to hold me accountable but me. So it was really interesting to see what I needed to work on with that. Okay, and the next one is cultural intelligence, thinking globally and acting locally. And this unit really opened my eyes to how people in different cultures interact with each other in work and in life. One thing that really stood out to me was when when I'm trying to explain things to people of different cultures. Sometimes I think with my body language, or maybe it could be something that they're reading that's different, that I'm standoffish or that I am not trying to understand them. And I don't enjoy that because I want everyone around me to always be comfortable. So realizing that in the surveys that we did really stood out to me. I was like, wow, I have a lot to work on with that. Everybody, and be more aware of what everybody is going through and how everybody reacts to things differently. So, as I continue, like I said, to work with other cultures, whether it's through my store or having to interview more people, or if my writing career takes me to working for magazines or publications that are based in Paris or London, I'll have to study those cultures and really be aware that the things that I'm doing may not read well, or it may read differently to them. So work on my active listening skills as well as my body language. And Unit 7 was organized politics, which was something that it was kind of a triggering unit for me. So it was something that I always knew about. Like office politics was something that you always, you hear from your parents or your older siblings, and you hear about how they got passed over for promotion because of maybe they're not as friendly with their coworkers or something like that. Like little things like that, things to watch out for. And what really stood out to me was that while you are hired for your skills, of course, in any position, you are hired for your ability to do the job. It really is a lot of your personality, and it really and how you interact with your coworkers, and that's what's going to get you the promotion. A lot of the times over someone who may or may not be more qualified than you. So that definitely does happen. And I thought that that was really interesting that we were able to discuss that, because that is something that's very real. And it's also something that, I may have to deal with that maybe on the entrepreneur end of it, when I'm hiring or promoting people. But it's something that I know that I want to not be like that. I definitely want to make my coworkers feel like they don't have to be somebody that they're not to get a promotion. I will base it more so on the skills, and that's the kind of company that I would hope to run someday. And going forward, that's something that also made me realize that I don't necessarily want to be in a office setting forever. So, in conclusion, developing and exercising influence in organizations really helped me decide what work environment I would want to be in the next year. In the next year, I have decided that I want to pursue my freelance writing and entrepreneurial ventures full time. I really love everything that I learned in this course. It just helped me further market my brand and myself. And I think that that was really something that I needed, and I needed this course to do that. So while I am going in an entrepreneurial route, I would definitely like to be. I'm happy that I will be able to be aware of different work styles, cultural differences, self awareness, and confidence for my future employees and what they will have. And I will also refer to this course and its lessons when working independently and eventually as a team, because those are both there. All of the skills that we learned in this unit were definitely something that I could apply to myself and that I could apply to people who work for me and with me. So I appreciate this class. I had a great time in it. I learned so much about myself and about my jobs and things like that that I've already done. And it was just really refreshing to see how, like I said earlier, how your career path is really shaping you, and how work is really shaping, who you are, and is and also how there's also room for improvement. Always, there's always room for improvement, and there's always room to grow. So I really enjoyed this course. Thank you so much, Professor Abram, and I hope you have a great rest of your summer, and thank you so much. Bye.